Our next stop on the Nationwide Tour is the Desert Jewel of Phoenix. The last 4 of 5 Phoenix races have ended in a green, white, checkered. Fireworks begin Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2 HD. You don't want to miss that one. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're under a red flag condition here as we had the 5-car crash. There are the cars on the back straightaway. Good news to report from down in the infield care center. Let's check in with Jamie Little.
That's right. 2 of the drivers checked and released right now. Michael McDowell to my left and Stephen Wallace to my right. Michael, I'm going to start with you. A lot of you guys were stuck a lap down. I mean, what was that like putting you guys all together? And what was going through your mind before you went green?
Well, you know, it's just unfortunate. Anytime you have green flag stops and yellow comes out, it usually gets pretty exciting on the restarts. A lot of guys lap down, a lot of good cars that were running in the top 10, and just really unfortunate for everyone on the Mobile Shop 81. We had a good solid run, running in the top 15 most of the day, and saw him get 4 wide, and I was already up against the fence, and I'm figuring if I stay high, maybe I'll miss all of it, and just happened to get collected it. Steven came up the track. He must have got clipped, and by the time he came up to the track, I just hit him right in the door. It was a pretty hard hit, unfortunate for McDonald Motorsports, but go to Phoenix, and hopefully we'll get a good top 10 run. Thanks
for talking with us. I'm glad you're all right. Steven, I know you had some help coming out here to the medical center. How is your right foot?
Oh, it's fine. You know, I just stepped on it wrong. Our 5-hour Toyota wasn't too bad. We got caught a lap down there. You know, we pitted and then the caution came out, and we were all 4 wide, and we're fine up until, you know, I saw a car get underneath me and made it 4 wide there, and then I got, you know, clipped in the right rear and sent head on the wall. Just real unfortunate. It's just, you know, good hard racing, but we got to go to Phoenix here and, you know, try and dig ourselves out of this, you know, big hole. We've got 2 big wrecks in the past 2 weeks, and we're probably falling on the points pretty hard. So it's a tough week, but I'd like to thank all the guys at 5 Hour. We'll go to Phoenix and, you know, give her hell. Be all right.
Take us inside that race car, Stephen. What is it like? Explain to people when you know this is all starting to happen and your spotter's talking to you and all these things are going on. What's going through your mind as you're looking ahead?
I'd say the best way to explain it is that you're walking across the street and here comes a big Mack truck ready to run you over. So it hurt a lot, but we'll be all right.
All right, Stephen, thanks for talking with us. And he's walking with his toes up, not feeling too well.
Yeah, Stephen finished 38th at Bristol after the crash, and there's Rusty not working this weekend with us, but working as team owner. We mentioned he 38th at Bristol after a crash. That ended a 5-race streak of top 10 finishes, and it's only the 3rd time he's had DNFs in consecutive races. So tough break because they're still cleaning up under this red flag situation. Let's take another look at this replay, and then we're going to listen in on Brendan Gaughan's radio.
Still pedal, still pedal. Still pedal, pedal to forward. 2 outside, 4 wide, 2 outside.
Now, it was Brendan's radio, or Brendan that was underneath him, and then this is the conversation from Brendan's radio right after the crash.
That was our teammate there, man. Teammate got collected. I don't know if you're ready for that. You know, you knew that when we were coming to the green there. But whatever you did there, you did a great job.
Couldn't figure out where to go. Carl Evers didn't choose until late. I had to move up another extra lane, and I didn't want to get busted for moving up a lane.
10-4.
How did Steven get wrecked? He was second in line. It should have been the guy on the outside.
Yeah, because it disrupted his entry. And you could see Steven have to correct because it caught him off guard, and that's what started all that.
Yeah, there was no contact, but the disruption of the airflow.
Yeah, he thought he was going to be able to dive in on the inside of the 35, but that spot got filled, and that put him up higher, and as the 35 turned in, it was into his right rear quarter panel, unfortunately.
Well, you talk about residual damage, and that is Carl Edwards' car. And obviously a piece of that debris has put a nice little hole in the front of the 60. We'll talk more about that when we come back.
Move out of the way.
Well, we are back under caution after a 14-minute red flag for cleanup after that 5-car crash you just saw here at Nashville Superspeedway. We noticed some damage on the nose of Carl Edwards, number 60. And Dr. Jerry Punch is down there. And, Doc, what are they talking about doing?
Well, I mean, the opening day for Major League Baseball is still a day away, but here how appropriate the Roush Fenway car has what they describe as a baseball-sized hole in the grill of the car. That hole came as a result of contact on pit road on the previous pit stop between the 60 car and the 26. Now, a moment ago during the red flag, Drew Blickensdorfer, the crew chief, ran to the back straightaway and looked over the fence where the cars were parked under the red flag and saw the hole. He then ran back to pit road and had the crew guys here, John Moore, prepare a patch. He's holding that patch in his left hand. It is a piece of aluminum surrounded by Barabon with screws in it, and they're going to try to screw that over the opening in the grill of the car. Why do they want to fix it? Well, we'll explain what that opening would do. Let's go to our Craftsman Tech Garage and Tim Brewer.
Well, obviously, we're having some audio problems with Tim Brewer's microphone, and here comes Carl Edwards, so we're going to get to watch it as it happens as he comes down pit road, and we'll keep an eye on just how much work they're going to have to do. And they were talking on the radio about making sure that they tuck it under so that it doesn't get blown with air underneath and pull it right back up.
We talked earlier about balance. What they're doing here is fixing a problem with the car that will affect the balance. If they don't fix it, Carl Edwards will be tight.
Yeah, we even heard them talk about fixing it better than it was at the start of the race. So there's actually some things that they can do here that'll actually benefit them, they hope, as they try to come back up through traffic.
That's a great point.
You can see him having trouble with that one.
This might be the best the car's been all day.
Yeah, sometimes you can make something out of these type situations. It's just a matter. He's going to lose about.
The ductwork on top. Make sure we look in there.
He's going to lose about 6 spots from where he was in that 13th spot.
They had preset these screws, and they're having trouble with the ones on top. I'm wondering if there was a piece of metal underneath that was probably prohibiting them from being able to drill those holes easily.
Yeah, and when you get into the hood, which is metal, it's a little more difficult than it is with that nose, being what it's made of, the Kevlar there, and so it makes it a little easier to get it in the nose than the hood.
Jack Roush overseeing everything from the box. Looks like they've got the repair taken care of. And if that crew member would get out of the way, we would have been able to see the final result. There it is.
You know, they practice pit stops all week long, but they don't practice that. So they did a great job.
Well, you heard, we actually thought it was a result of debris getting kicked up into Carl's car. But as you heard Dr. Jerry Punch talk about, this is where it happened with some contact.
Yeah, you can see this is happening right behind where it's 4 wide and the wreck happening there. He gets into the back of Reed Sorensen a little bit, and that's where the damage came from.
And it looks like he's got punched in the nose, but it looks like it's going to work out okay for him.
Yeah, I never really cared how they looked as long as they went to victory lane.
Yeah, they don't score on style points. So it looks like now, as we get ready to go back, it'll be 20 cars on the lead lap with Scott Wimmer still our race leader in what has been a very good ride for him today. Kelly Byers has moved into the 2nd spot. Mike Wallace is still 3rd. And then the guys that have been really dominating the race, Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, and Scott Riggs and Kyle Busch. That's your top 7.
Yeah, and you know, I was talking to Carl Edwards earlier this morning. We were talking about, was this a 2-tire track or 4? And we both came to the conclusion most of the time it's 4 tires. But getting Carl back in this spot, it may put them in a position that they may have to gamble on that next one to put on 2 right sides to gain some track position back.
Well, we're right at the top of the hour. If you're just tuning in, we have had a 14-minute red flag after a 5-car multi-crash put us down for major repairs on the cleanup side. And what it has done is we've now find ourselves with 20 cars on the lead lap. A total of 10 cars are either off or behind the wall, including Steve Wallace, McDowell, Mikey Kyle, Jason Keller, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Tony Raines, Morgan Shepherd, Jason Leffler, Mark Green, Kevin LePage, Danny O'Quinn. We can tell you the 21 of John West Townley got the lucky dog. He gets back onto the lead lap. And remember, he was our first caution back on lap number 3. So they have fought their way and stayed on that lead lap. So that gives you an idea where we're at as the lights are out on the pace truck.
Never liked red flags, and never, particularly during the middle of the race, because it's such an opportunity to lose focus. You've sort of established a rhythm. These drivers are going to have to go back and reestablish that rhythm.
Yeah.